इसमें चल रहा है गेस्ट आ रहे हो
तो लाइव चल रहा है इससे पहले। अरे बीच में लगाओ ना लाइव।
क्या बीच में लगाओ? उधर लगा दे थर्ड बेंच पे उसको काफी
लगाओ यार। चालू।
एक सेकंड प्लीज। देखें एक बार।
Good morning, everyone. Inspire and how much positive change we create along the way. Request our respected authorities. For today and
अब तक
Thank you so much, Mukta ma'am, and host for today, esteemed students. So thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. And I don't know how much you guys know that I was part of this site back in 2018. The same month, August, around 6th or 7th of August, I was there as a student for BCom Honors, batch of 2018 and 2021. So, and it's been 5 years, I passed out from this college. And then journey then university, faculty of law. Law is something which I always inspire that every student has to at least pursue law. So this is the journey, and if I start, before I starting, when we see the topic is the first step, a guide to a career in policy and governance. How many of you understand what exactly policy and governance is? Just raise your hand. How many of you understand the word public policy, policy making or governance? Anyone in the room? Okay. Anyone want to try at least? Policy guys, कुछ भी पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट बनाती है, गवर्नेंस क्या होता है? Okay, so it means I have to start from the very basic. How thing can be done through policy making. Okay, moving ahead. How many of you know the India is the most youth nation. The population of the 65% of our population is belong to the age of 35, below the age of 35. How many of you know about this fact? That means that the role of youth in public policy is the key. When we say about that youth is required for the policy making and the governance, it means when the Honorable Prime Minister is saying he wants that the 1 lakh youth to be inducted in the government who has not any background of political thing. That means the youth are required for the nation building. And when we will enter in 2047 for the Viksit Bharat, that means we have to decide our goals from now. You guys are just entering from school to college. This transition is very important. How you have to build the next 3 years, and then when you will go to a transition period for your professional journey. That is very important. Going to the introduction point, if we see the India, as we discussed, the youth are the largest stakeholders in the governance. And now governments is also taking up youth advices, kind of, the government is giving more priority how youth can participate in government policies making, governance, etc. That's why if we see, the most of the government job, they requires the minimum age criteria is 21. The day you clear one exam, if I talk about judiciary, since I belong from law background, if at the age of 24 or 23, because we have some after graduation we have to do law, when you clear the lower judiciary, you will become a judge at the age of 24. That means at the age of 24, you are being qualified to give justice to the people. When we say the justice to the people, we live in a country where the democracy and our judiciary is the main pillar of this country. So that is where we start and how the role of youth is important. There are a few pathways we will understand in which domain we can enter through the public policy, through the governance, from the government side, from the department side, from international diplomacy. How I went from BCom honors to law, then with this public policy thing. It was never an easy task. How we have to establish in any very well, a domain or the profession. Moving ahead, as I asked you everyone, what is policy? What is public policy? As you can see, there is definition. Any problem you have identified, you, when I'm saying you as in we see ourselves as in we are the government side. When we see there is any problem, we have to identify where exactly it lies. It's on the which basis. And when we set the agenda, that how we have to overcome that problem. That means we will sit in a boardroom and we will decide through which policies and government initiatives that problem can be identified. If you go through the policy cycle, how it is before the setting our agenda, there is the problem identification. Then we will set agenda. How many of you know about the bureaucrats? The IAS, IPS, IFS. How many of you know about the bureaucrats? Raise your hand, guys. Come on, guys. Good morning. It's a Monday, I know. I am into profession, so I can understand what you guys are students. आप लोग स्कूल से आए ना सारे, मतलब this is your first year. तो वहाँ तो 8 बजे से क्लास चालू हो जाती है. Almost I think 11. Everyone knows the bureaucracy, right? Who makes our policy in the country? Raise your hand and just tell. Who will make policy? It's a government, it's a bureaucrats, or someone else from XYZ domain. Anyone? Please. What's your good name?
I'm Sasha.
Yes, Sasha, please.
I think the government makes the policies and then it just gives the job to bureaucrats to spread it all over.
The execution type. Big round of applause for Sasha. Or at least we have made the attempt, it was very right. The government identifies the problem and they formulate the policies. If they are passing the law in the parliament, that can be considered as a legislative policy. But there are the implementation side is on the bureaucrats. The bureaucrats at the government department level, ministries level, state level and the district level. So here we go how the execution part goes. Then there is formulation, implementation and evaluation. हमने policy बना ली, हमने problem पहले identify करा, हमने पॉलिसी बना ली, हमें एग्जीक्यूट करा। अब वेदर वी हैव टारगेटेड आवर एजेंडा कि भाई जिस प्रॉब्लम के लिए हमने पॉलिसी बनाई थी क्या वो एजेंडा अचीव हुआ, हियर वी गो विद द इवैल्यूएशन। अगर उस पॉलिसी का अगर हमें पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मिलता है, गवर्नमेंट विल कंटिन्यू। इफ वी नॉट गेटिंग एनी पॉजिटिव बेनिफिट इन इवैल्यूएशन, द गवर्नमेंट विल स्टॉप दैट पॉलिसी एट द सेम मोमेंट। This is how the government will work. It's been 2 years I'm working with Government of India, and when I say working with Government of India is always big challenge. It's not like 9 to 5 job. Ma'am knows कि हम कितने टाइम से इस schedule करने वाले थे session, but आजकल उठते होते. So you have to prepare how you can take the first step from the college days. That first you have to identify whether you have to you have any interest in policy side or not. Right? How many of you are like after this going to the government jobs? Entrepreneurs? Like this. Just one entrepreneur in this in the room? 2? Okay. Academics में कौन जाएगा? Teaching, professors, masters, PhD. आप लोग जाओ। बाकी सारे बच्चे backbenchers कहाँ? Innovation, AI, prompt, ChatGPT, Gemini AI, Claude. बच्चों बोलो कहाँ जाएंगे? हाँ भाई आपको क्या बनना है? हाँ आपको हाँ यस यू कुछ नहीं बनना। गाइस प्लीज देखो, मैं आपसे बहुत ज्यादा सीनियर रही हूँ। इट्स बीन जस्ट 5-6 साल का डिफरेंस होगा। आप वी कैन लाइक डिस्कस हम कर सकते हैं, और बहुत कम टाइम है हमारे पास, तो उसमें भी just make it very interactive. Okay, apart from like I have talked about the government side, who will go for the government job, entrepreneurship, teaching, what else? If anyone has any different idea that I will go for this profession, just raise your hand and just speak and just discuss with us. Anyone? No one. Okay, let's move ahead. Now there's been a transition. When the new government came, regime changed in 2014. The Planning Commission has been changed as a Niti Aayog, the National Institution for Transforming India. When we talk about Planning Commission, उनका motive यही था कि हम 5-year plans बनाएं, and the government has to evaluate and whether we have achieved those goals, plans or not. But when Niti Aayog came into the picture, they're completely different. They have the governing council led by the Prime Minister, followed by a Vice Chairman and CEO. Everything has changed. Now there is no 5-year policies, but there are a long-term, short-term and middle-term goals, that what we can do, what we have to achieve. What problem we have to identify with the discussion is the collaborative manner with the district, state and national level. This is how Niti Aayog works. And you will be very amazed that if we remove the top layer of the Niti Aayog, let's say the advisor, the CEO, the domain area experts, the whole Niti Aayog is run by the young professional and consultant like me, like you, like us, who have any expertise in, let's say I have expertise in youth empowerment, I have worked around voluntary employment, how the public diplomacy and youth diplomacy can work. So I can give my expertise to the Niti Aayog in formulation of policies. Here we go. पहले प्लानिंग कमीशन में ऐसे नहीं होता था, बट अब चीजें चेंज हुई हैं आफ्टर 2014. Then हमारा उसके बाद after when there are various state governments has launched the fellowships. Anyone know about any fellowship? Fellowship होती क्या है? ये सारे पॉइंट नोट्स कर लो, इसके बाद आप लोग जाके इसके लिए सर्च कर लो. It's completely fine. You guys are the first year students, just आप स्कूल से आए हैं. It's completely fine. But ये चीजें नोट कर लो. What is Niti Aayog? What is public policy? What is fellowship? What government has done after 2014? And what was the planning commission were doing? मैम मैं एक आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, जब आफ्टर 3 मंथ और 6 मंथ आप इन लोगों का एक बार इवैल्यूएट कर लीजिएगा कितने बच्चे किन पॉइंट्स पे जाके research करेगा ये आप लोगों को आगे you guys have to be studying all the subject as well. It's completely fine. आप लोग जैसे जैसे subjects आपके years semesters आएंगे, so at some extent you will have to familiar with everything. So don't worry about it. You can just note it down and can research about it for your understanding and for your general knowledge. Okay, so after fellowship there was a kind of we can say initiative, not initiative, but there was a process when government started taking bureaucrats to the lateral entries without government job. But if I have the expertise of working 15-20 years in government sector or the corporate world, the government will hire directly you as a director or the joint secretary in the government of India for taking your expertise. That what you have given to the corporate world, it can be anything. If you are into medical, you have served, let's say, 25 years in AIMS, then government will take you as a joint secretary in Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to take how you have changed things from the ground level to the national level. This is called a lateral entry, but for now, timing it has been stopped due to the opposition for the already bureaucrats who have cleared the exams. So for timing, this lateral entry has been stopped, but it has still continued with the young professionals and consultants. Moving ahead, when we say the YP, you can note down the term young professionals and consultants. Who are young professionals and consultants in government bodies, in ministries, in departments, in statutory bodies. Now I can say, almost 10-20% of government bodies run by the young professional consultant. How they can be part, and they are giving their, expertise to government of India, many sides, be it admin, be it finance, be it, entrepreneurship. It's all about how you are well versed with your expertise and your domain area, which you have studied in your graduation, which you have studied in your masters, or maybe the PhDs. Moving ahead, we have already discussed the policies, increasing youth-centric innovation. We have already entered in the era of artificial intelligence. Earlier the things were changing in 6 months or 1 year, but now things are changing in just 1 minute. Let's say in 1 day there is one AI platform. Next day you will see another LLM has been generated by some experienced company. So you have to cope up with that pace, that you have to upscale your knowledge to that level that you are not left behind with how fast the world is growing. Then the pathways I have discussed, we will see here the 4 pathways for the directly government side. For example, if I take my example, I am directly working with Ministry of Youth Affairs. So you can apply after graduation or the post-graduation. You can apply for the young professionalship or the consultants to the government ministries and government bodies. Think tank we have discussed, the Niti Aayog, the premier policy think tank of this country, and departments like DPIIT, industry, trade. We have DGFT. So these are the government side who take direct entries of young professional consultant directly after graduation and the post-graduation. Then the fellowship, that we have also touched the point, what exactly fellowship? Apart from this, government can't solve all the problems. For that we have NGOs, we have fellowships. Even the government side, the public sector units like SBI, they have also their fellowship of 11 months and 21 months, where they depute the fellows in rural areas to understand the problem of the rural areas and come up with the policies and research and white papers, how the policy at the national level can be changed. So this is just one example. Nowadays, if I remember, the Bihar government has launched their CM fellowship. Haryana government is already doing their CM fellowship. We can say, the LAM fellowship is there. Many things. When you research about the fellowship, you will be amazed to see how opportunities are there. And it's irrespective, you are from science background, you are from commerce background, you are from humanities background. You can be part of any fellowship unless and until you just fulfill the eligibility criteria and you work upon the qualification they are asking for. The third pathway, during the introduction, the intro was saying that youth diplomacy, international diplomacy, what exactly it involves. See, till the before this part, we have already discussed the within the country thing. that what is government of India doing, what is just at state level governments are doing at district level. But there are policy things which are also related to the external affairs of the India, which is at international level. You know about the diplomats, the Indian Foreign Service officers. They have been dealing with the ambassadors, embassies, high commission. How the foreign relation, the international relation of the country can be built and strengthened with the skills of that diplomat. There is one side that they go through the examination through UPSC and then they become a diplomat. But there are UN bodies, there are BRICS, G20, lot of bodies. They have been working around with taking direct youth for their different programs. If I talk about World Economic Forum, they have Global Shapers Community. They have spread it across 500 locations in the world and I think 40 to 45 in India itself. So you can also be part as a shaper to your nearest hub, which is locating and walking around the social empowerment, the social work. This is how you can be part of the thing which is called international diplomacy. You can also search about what exactly international diplomacy and you diplomats think is all about. So you can also point it down this one. Moving ahead now, think tanks, chambers and voluntaries. The FICCI we have, as NASCOM we have CCIs. They have also releasing their different domains and divisions. Let's say sustainability, agriculture, CSR, ESG, employee volunteering. XYZ, they have, kind of domain which you can at least tap in your expertise. If you go about, if you search what exactly FICCI and CCI are doing, you will see their divisions. You can find out where exactly you tap in that. If you are from science background, maybe you can go for anything related to science. If you are commerce background, if you have economics, you have accountancy, then you can go anything which is division which is dealing with the economy side and the commerce. Humanities largely more or less consist of international relations, historians, we have, ASIs, lot many things. You can go and just search and you can tap it wherever you can and find your interest itself. How to apply an approach? Any curiosity कि क्या हम eligible हैं? क्या eligibility हो सकती है? To apply. So I'll just, just briefly discuss about this because it is not, because you have at least to be graduate or the postgraduate for this kind of opportunity. So Niti Aayog has formulated some guidelines. Guidelines when we say that if you are a graduate and you have 1 year of full-time experience, you can be, eligible for young professional grade 1. And how your experience and qualification matter in terms of setting your remuneration. Let's say you are starting with 40,000. If you have 2 years of experience, you will get 60,000. So in that terms, if you are graduate, if you have postgraduate, you have masters, you will be selected as a consultant. If you have 3 years experience, their remuneration, you can also check how the Niti Aayog guidelines on young profession consultants and how your eligibility. Maybe after 3 years, then you will again go to your points. You can find out yourself that okay, man is still eligible. I should apply for this opportunity as well. So this is something, you have to research, you have to apply, and you have to take follow-ups that whether your selection has been done. If I talk about the Niti Aayog specific, they have a rolling basis. They take applications for 11 months, and whenever they have their opportunity, they find out and shortlist the candidates on the basis of their application and experience, and they directly contact you. Okay, you are eligible, you can apply and appear for the interview. This is how you can take the first step to research, to apply, and to be part of policy making of the country. Being the youth, again I would say you have the responsibility. When we see the dream of Viksit Bharat, it's not about just the Prime Minister or the old age people are there in government. It's because of you and people who have to live that Viksit Bharat. तो आप अपनी जिम्मेदारी आज से तय करिए कि हमें इसका कैसे एक सारथी के रूप में विकसित भारत के रथ को खींचना है. This is all about today's diplomacy and policy team session. If anyone has any question, kind of opportunities, how we can apply, anything, just raise your hand. Else we will move ahead to our next thing. Anyone?
With yours team, you can ask your question, like BK, commanders or BCA, anyone. No?
Please ask. हिंदी में बोलो ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम
It's
नहीं।
fine, guys. No Hindi. I mean, it's completely fine.
आपको पता है आप लोग के सीनियर हुआ करते थे यहाँ पर?
I can
ये
understand.
मैम के स्टूडेंट रह चुके हैं यहाँ पर।
It's already started with the conversation कि कोई इसी साइड का स्टूडेंट था, तो यहाँ तक कैसा आया, उसके ऊपर भी डिस्कस कर सकते हैं।
आप पूछ
वो
सकते हो।
गवर्नमेंट में कैसे पहुँचा? Anything you want to ask, anything.
आप जब पढ़ रहे थे तो कैसा एक्सपीरियंस था, आपने क्या क्या स्टेप लिए?
No.
आप बारहवीं से आप you are not guys in 12th class now you are in college, so please can you volunteer?
इसके बच्चे थोड़ा सा स्पेशल होगा, कोई बात नहीं। आई थिंक इस हॉल में या ऊपर वाले हॉल में शिप्रा मैम ने मेरा फर्स्ट एक्सटेंड कोड दिया था, एंड आई कांट डिस्क्राइब हाउ ब्लंट आई हैव डन इन दैट एक्सटेंड कोड। देन हमारी एक प्रेजेंटेशन हुई थी, वी हैव टू सर्च अबाउट सम न्यूज़ कि न्यूज़ में क्या क्या चल रहा है, और फिर 15 डेज की न्यूज़ में 5 के ग्रुप में मैम ने बनाया था। I still remember, और वो इतना अच्छा गया था कि मैम ने बोला इट्स लाइक ग्रुप प्रेजेंटेशन। I still remember, तो ठीक है आपको टाइम लगेगा, बट आई थिंक जेंजी इतना तो नहीं है कि वो स्कूल में इतना चुप रहता है। हमारा टाइम तो थोड़ा अलग था। आजकल 5-6 साल में ही
This is the first batch of people चुप बैठे हैं। This is the first batch throughout my life. No,
कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं
nobody
है?
having any question, any question.
ये कैसे हम पहुंच गए, पूछना भी चाहिए आपको। आप क्या करोगे? इनका तो दूसरा डोमेन था, आपका बीसीए था, तो आप
इन्होंने
कैसे कर
कैसे ये
सकते
कैसे पूछे, ये
हैं?
पूछ
यही
लो।
तो पूछो।
No, nobody want to, कोई इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं, कोई चीज ही नहीं है उसमें। No,
कम से कम बीसीए वाले या बीबीए वाले या बीकॉम अलग अलग है सबका ना पाथ। सो यू गाइस शुड आस्क कि आपकी जगह में पहुंचना है तो कैसे पहुंचना है?
So how many come from BCom honors?
7 8
BBA?
9 हाँ।
And BCA? BCom वाले कम हो गए।
BCA का AI तो शिफ्ट कर दिया ना।
नहीं,
पहला
I mean,
board
yeah,
fees
it's good
था,
thing।
fees।
आप लोग प्लीज, as I said कि पहले चीजें 6 महीने में चेंज होती थी, आज 6 मिनट में चेंज हो रही है, 6 सेकंड में भी चेंज हो सकती है। You never know, and you have to cope up with the pace. So I mean, this world is very competitive. Trust me, guys. You have not realized कि स्कूल से आप यहाँ तो आ गए हैं, लेकिन आगे मुश्किल हो सकती है। Very competitive. बट हो जाएगा, हमसे हो गया, सबसे हो जाएगा। थैंक यू सो मच। आपके इसके अलावा जो भी डाउट्स हों आप मैम को दे दीजिएगा, मैम मुझ तक पहुंचा देंगी, हम फिर आप तक पहुंचा देंगे। इसी के साथ मैम ये सेशन हम देखो, मैं मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स में हूँ और मैं कॉलेज में जाऊँ और हम अपने मंत्रालय द्वारा लिए गए इनिशिएटिव का प्रचार न करूँ तो ऐसा हो नहीं सकता। तो मूविंग अहेड हम इस सेशन को आगे बढ़ाते हुए, जैसा आप देख सकते हैं, नशा मुक्त युवा पर विकसित भारत। हमने विकसित भारत की बात कर ली, आप लोग युवा हैं। अब मैं क्वेश्चन मैम के सामने तो नहीं पूछूंगा, लेकिन आप लोग समझ गए होंगे। समझ गए, अच्छी बात है, लेकिन जितना अपने आप को आप स्वस्थ रखेंगे उतना समय आपको स्वस्थ रखेगा। इस बात को आप गांठ बांध दीजिए। हमारे क्लाइमेट चेंज और इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, हम सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, लेकिन हमारा एनवायरनमेंट ऑलरेडी इतना पॉल्यूटेड हो चुका है कि आपकी बॉडी कर रहा है। हम उसमें काम कर रहे हैं, डेफिनेटली वी आर टेकिंग मेनी स्टेप्स कि हम कैसे सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट्स को लेकर के आगे बढ़ें। But again, if you are into any kind of intoxication or drugs, liquor, smoking, you have to stop. If you have not started, it's well and good, and a big round of applause for those. Big round of applause for those. ठीक है, guys, ये हमारा एक campaign है last year. I'll just give you an overview of this campaign, what exactly is about. In 2025, Ministry of Youth Affairs, under the My Bharat, we have launched a Nasha Mukt Yuva campaign for Viksit Bharat, which is a kind of idea of Honorable Prime Minister that when we enter in 2047 with the motive of Viksit Bharat, हमारे देश का हर युवा, हर एक जन नशे से मुक्त हो, ताकि हम आने वाले इस ब्रेन को जो हमारा एक you guys are the brain, from maybe you guys will go to the politics. इस रूम से कोई जाके आगे नेता, सांसद, प्रधानमंत्री, गृह मंत्री बन सकता है. इसी मोटिव से हाउ अ यूथ कैन टेक पार्टिसिपेट इन समथिंग व्हिच इज लाइक नशा मुक्त. हमारा लास्ट ईयर 2025 में हम लोगों ने हमारे मंत्रालय माय भारत के द्वारा एक हमने वाराणसी में एक संकल्प किया था, जिसमें 600 से ज़्यादा सिविल सोसाइटीज, NGOs, स्पिरिचुअल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस लाइक इस्कॉन, आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग, हार्टफुलनेस, उन लोगों ने आके वहाँ पे साइन करा कि हाँ, वी विल टेक स्टेप एंड वी विल आल्सो स्प्रेड द वर्ड अराउंड हाउ ड्रग फ्री इंडिया कैन बी डेवलप्ड, एंड वी विल स्प्रेड as much as information to keep our youth away from any kind of drugs or nation. इसमें हमारा वन ऑफ द फाउंडेशन, एलिक्सर फाउंडेशन भी एक सिग्नेटरी है. ग्लोबल शेपर्स के साथ हम लोग इसका ग्राउंड पे आउटरीच कर रहे हैं. If I talk about Elixir Foundation, is a youth-run organization founded back in year 2014 by the Presidential Award winners of National Service Scheme. आप लोग में से कितने लोगों ने NSS में एनरोल करा है? Validation हो गया NSS? देखो, एक लाइन मैम ने बोला था कि आप बता दें कि आपकी जर्नी क्या है. Whatever I am today is just because of National Service Scheme. I joined NSS DSPSR cell where I got the opportunity to connect with the Elixir Foundation. This is a Gujarat-run organization based in Ahmedabad, and from that NGO I landed opportunity in the Ministry of Youth Affairs, and I have no doubt to admit this on every platform. This is what a one joining College Society can do. ये हमारे Elixir का brief था. Then I mean about Global Shippers. Global Shippers, as I already also discussed, this is an initiative it's a community around Global Shippers community, which is an initiative by World Economic Forum. We have like youth from 18 to 30 years. We again work as an NGO, the non-government side, completely voluntary. People like me, the part of New Delhi Hub, who have been, be part of health awareness projects. We have been part of climate action. The gender equality. Recently, we have one of the project in Global Shippers New Delhi Hub. We have received the innovation prize for how we can keep our air clean. We have, our project team has developed an air purifier which can be affordable under 2,000. And for that initiative, we have received a funding of almost 10 to 12 lakhs from the World Economic Forum. So it's about, we work around 4 pillars: the community, collaboration, action, and impact. We are a community. We work in a collaboration with different organizations. We take action and we monitor what impact we make on ground. This is about Global Shapers community. नशा मुक्त हम ऑलरेडी कुछ डेटा पॉइंट्स हमने बात कर लिए थे. 65% हमारा जो टोटल पॉपुलेशन है वो यूथ है, और जब हम कहते हैं जब युवा नशा मुक्त होगा तभी भारत विकसित होगा. Again, moving ahead with the points, we have data in it. If we go about what addiction takes away your mind and mental peace. स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, जाके कुछ कर लेते हैं, स्ट्रेस कम हो जाएगा. ये नहीं है. आने वाला 10 साल आपको ऐसा स्ट्रेस देगा कि कोई भी स्ट्रेस रिलीवर काम नहीं करेगा. Take part of meditations, other spiritual things. That will going to help you in the longer time, not the instant, the stress reliever. Education और career पे कैसे impact कर सकता है, आप लोग अभी आए हैं, आप लोगों को पता चल ही जाएगा. Body and life, family and societies, you guys must have been seen around your surrounding neighbors कि कोई नशे के अंदर है, उसकी फैमिली पे क्या इम्पैक्ट करता है, कोई नशा करके घर में आ रहा है, उसके फीमेल फैमिली मेंबर्स पे क्या इम्पैक्ट करता है, उनके किड्स पे क्या इम्पैक्ट करता है. आपने कहीं ना कहीं अपने सराउंडिंग में ये एग्जांपल्स देखे होंगे. दिस इज वेरी सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी. These are some data. As we have been doing this abhiyan, we have reached and sensitized people more than 30 crore across the nation. We have reached the youth around 11.17 crores. We have, counseling. We have done counseling. We have done rehabs. We have done de-addiction sessions of around 28.30 lakhs youth. Then we have free centers in collaboration with civil societies, NGOs, and as you are also part of the next point is 1.6, more than 1.67 crores students has been pledged after this session. I mean after this PPT, we will take our pledge that हम भारत को नशा मुक्त बनाएंगे और हम खुद भी नशा मुक्त रहेंगे और जो नशा कर रहा होगा उसको भी हम. Moving ahead, we have, I have already discussed about the Kashi Spiritual Summit that we have taken a declaration to around this last year, understanding addiction and social consequences, drug trafficking, ये exactly होती क्या है, हमारे जो सीमावर्ती राज्य हैं और सीमावर्ती देशों से कैसे नशा और जो ड्रग्स है वो सप्लाई होते हैं, उसका भी बहुत बड़ा 2 दिन का हमारा कन्वेंशन था. We have worked around that part. Then moving ahead, the Kashi declaration मैंने already बात कर लिया है. Momentum हमें जो करना है, this month on 2nd of August, Honorable Prime Minister has again launched the Nasha Mukt for Viksit Bharat campaign with under my Bharat Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. We will be doing this campaign for next 100 weeks. In almost 2 years, we will run this campaign across ground, colleges, societies, schools. So we have to done how we will make after 20 years when we will enter in 2027. Then the part 2 recovery, ये आप लोगों के उसका नहीं है. This is all about the rehab. This is the visual centers from Kashi Summit. You can see how the event looked like. Rahul he's from Elixir Foundation. He handles everything of Elixir Foundation in Delhi, Uttarakhand, and he has been associated. By the way, he is also alumni of BSPSR. Same batch, same course 2018 to 2021 BCom honors. तो आप adult friendship की एक बात याद रखिए, अपने 1-2 दोस्त ऐसे जरूर बनाएं जो आपके डोमेन, आपके इनिशिएटिव में भी आपका स्टार्टअप हो सकता है, आपका बिजनेस हो सकता है, उसमें आपकी हेल्प कर सकते हैं और साथ में आपके साथ स्टेप्स ले सकते हैं. Okay, so moving ahead, we have some slogans. Choose brighter tomorrow. Say no to drugs. नशे को ना, जिंदगी को हाँ. आज का संकल्प बनाएगा भविष्य उज्जवल. This is all about हमारा जो नशा मुक्त कैंपेन चल रहा है. Apart from this, now we have
Okay guys, तब तक हम राहुल के लिए एक बिग क्लैप देते हैं because we were not aware about this. उसको कॉपी कर दो।
आप अपने से वो कंट्रोल किया कीजिएगा। दोबारा से हम आगे छोड़ेंगे, हमारे यहाँ तो दोबारा से
Guys, just stand on your places and we take up pledge.
और जिसने प्लेस नहीं लेना वो अपनी मुट्ठी बंद कर लेगा।
Then we got to know.
Yes.
So we have to raise our right hand.
Okay.
I will recite, मैं एक लाइन बोलूंगा, उसके बाद आप पीछे बोलिए। आप अगर फीमेल हैं तो करूंगा या करूंगी या लेता हूँ या अगर लेती हूँ, अगर मेल हैं तो लेता हूँ करूंगा, ऐसे करके आप समझिए। ठीक। मैं यह संकल्प लेता हूँ मैं किसी भी प्रकार के नशीले अथवा मादक पदार्थ का किसी भी रूप में या किसी भी उद्देश्य से सेवन नहीं करूंगा तथा दूसरों को भी नशे से दूर रहने के लिए प्रेरित करूंगा। मैं नशा मुक्त भारत के निर्माण में सक्रिय योगदान देने का संकल्प करता हूं तथा अपने परिवार, मित्रों, रिश्तेदारों, पड़ोसियों और अपने संपर्क में आने वाले प्रत्येक व्यक्तियों को नशे के दुष्प्रभावों के प्रति जागरूक करूंगा। मैं स्वस्थ, जागरूक और सशक्त युवा शक्ति के निर्माण के लिए सदैव समर्पित रहूंगा। नशा मुक्त युवा पर विकसित भारत के संकल्प को साकार करने में अपना पूर्ण योगदान दूंगा। मैं जीवन में सदैव स्वस्थ एवं सकारात्मक मूल्यों का पालन करूंगा। समाज के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति तक नशा मुक्त जीवन का संदेश पहुंचाऊंगा तथा जागरूक, सशक्त और नशा मुक्त भारत के निर्माण के लिए निरंतर कार्य करता रहूंगा। जय हिंद, जय हिंद। थैंक यू सो मच गाइस। अब देख लो भाई, सबने प्लेस ले ली है। अब बाकी मॉनिटरिंग और बाकी काम नाम का है।
यही वीडियो सर्कुलेट होता है कि द प्रॉब्लम आएगी।
Thank you so much guys, and thank you so much for having me here. CSR and all the volunteers, students and my team member Rahul for everything. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful and knowledgeable session. Your valuable words and experiences have truly inspired us and give us a new perspective to learn, grow, and make a meaningful impact. We are grateful for your time and presence with us today. Thank you, sir. And now, moving forward with our next segment, we are delighted to invite our esteemed trainers Sanjeev sir and Khushbu ma'am to conduct today's value-added course session and share their valuable knowledge and expertise with us.